Dear students, good morning. Welcome to Law Excellence IAS. Let us start the discussion on today's newspaper, that is 14th October 2020. The first article for discussion is Quadrilateral Home Truths. Here, author is trying to drive certain facts, historical facts, into our mind related to this region, that is Indo-Pacific. According to the author, Indo-Pacific has no history. It is an artificial construct in the recent years. What we have in this Asian continent, one is East Asian system, the other is Indian Ocean system. These are two separate systems. Historically, the forces or else the balance of power existed. Next point is Indo-Pacific region is a new construct and it do not have any prior experience to sustain peace, prosperity and stability in this region. And see carefully, Indo-Pacific is a maritime construct. What do I mean by a maritime construct? It is surrounding two great oceans. But most of the time, the foreign policy and the stability in these regions, it was based on continental system. Continental system means on the land boundary system. And third, India has a dominant strategic advantage in Indian Ocean. You see the Quad countries, they all have aligned maritime interests but not the land boundary interests. India's major issues are related to land boundary in South Asia. So, India has a strategic advantage in Indian Ocean which it can leverage, and if India leverages that, it benefits all the Quad members. But what they can offer to India on land boundary or on continental system is not very clear. So in this case, if India leverages its advantage on ocean, so it has no clear guarantees what it can get from Quad. And finally, Quad has a value to play in Indian Ocean ambitions of China. So if China wants to rise in Indian Ocean or bring in a naval challenge in Indian Ocean, then obviously Quad can stand to it. So essentially the author is trying to say is Quad can play an important role on ocean side but not on continental side. The second point is friendships are not alliances of containment. We shall not build Quad as an approach to contain China. Already China started projecting Quad as a mini NATO or Asian NATO, an outcome of Cold War mentality. These are the points we need to remember. So two take home points are Quad is more useful on ocean side but not on continental side. The second point is friendships are not alliances or alliances of containment. The next article is the Arab world and the elusive two nation or two state solution. Here the two state solutions refers to Israel-Palestine conflict, and the Arab world refers to the countries that speak Arabic. These are countries that exist in West Asia and North Africa. You know, before World War I, all these countries were ruled by Ottomans. When Ottomans were ruling this, there was Arab nationalist surge. And later at various points also when British dominating the region, this Arab nationalistic surge has come up. But every time it failed to consolidate. The second most important point is most of these countries are not progressive democracies. They are ruled by authoritative leaderships. Their living standards are not as aspired today. In this case, Arab world had unity on one issue, that is Palestinian cause. They have supported the Palestinians and they wanted to have a space, a country for Palestinians. And finally, a two-nation theory, a two-state solution has come for Israel-Palestine conflict. But Israel, though appeared to have agreed, always it had the caveats. You know that today in West Bank, Israel is slowly occupying the lands through illegal settlements. In this case, UAE, Bahrain, these countries, they developed diplomatic relations with Israel. Obviously, this is going to weaken the Palestinian cause. The reason behind this is Arab world is worried about the rise of Iran in that particular region. Then what about the people of these countries? More than 80% of the people still support strongly the cause of Palestine. In spite of that, how come the leaders took that decision? Our countries are orphaning this Palestine. The simple reason, as I said to you before, these are not representative democracies. In this context, what Palestine has to do? The author suggests that Palestine has to move forward with an acceptance that Arab world no more exists in a geopolitical sense. It has to drive its own cause. Gandhian and Mandela way is the future for it, is the way forward for it. A concerted attack on RTI. You know, RTI completed 15 years and today RTI is weakened like never before. We can call RTI as a gun without fire or gun without bullets or a gun can never fire. Why we use these analogies to explain the situation of RTI? Originally, RTI was common man's law. When services are not given to him, when there was no efficient grievance redressal mechanism, or when there is corruption in the system, everything people are able to know due to RTI. RTI has come into existence due to collective efforts of common people, media, civil society, everyone alike. Today, what makes RTI so weak? Remember, India is the country where 60 million of applications of RTI made every year. The largest number of applications in India comes through RTI. Second, the weakening is majorly related to weakening of the institutions. Information Commission and commissioners are the final appeal authorities under RTI. It means that if this institution becomes weakened, the authorities need not fear anyone. So appointment is not on time. And in 2019, the law is amended to remove the security of tenure and central government to determine salaries and other emoluments of these information commissioners. So previously they had security of tenure, fixed salaries and a status equivalent to election commissioner, central election commissioner. But today that status is been removed for them. So they are at the mercy of the central government with regard to their appointment. Second, most of the information commissions do not have commissioners who are appointed on time and they are not being appointed, commission is not appointed in full. So this all makes CIC or else whatever RTI very ineffective today. Next is a slim stimulus. You know, yesterday Nirmala Sitharaman, Finance Minister of India, has announced few important stimulus events. What are they? Leave travel concession. For this, cash cards will be issued and people can spend them on buying goods which have GST more than 12%. They are expected to buy 3 times the LTC which they get. And second important thing is capital expenditure is allowed for 12,000 crores and center will provide that as a loan, interest free loan for 50 years. And center is also going to increase capital expenditure by 25,000 crores. Let us critically analyze. For a country such as India, this kind of stimulus is very minute or minuscule. It hardly constitutes 0.2% of our GDP. Second is, though capital expenditure is increased, the real problem is inability to spend on the ground. So increasing the spending on the ground is the most important step which we have to take. As per IMF or any other international body, our economic experts, what we are saying is, it is the time the government has to come forward and spend. It need not fear about fiscal deficits, etc. And you know that yesterday IMF has released its expectations that Indian economy will shrink by 10% plus. If you clearly see, India is the country which is going to be worst affected because of this COVID-19 economically. So, Indian government has to take bold steps to create demand, consumer demand in Indian economy. That is the only way forward to revive the economy. After talks failed to break impasse, China blames India for tensions. China states that India building a border infrastructure is the reason for all the tensions. And China do not accept the Ladakh and the Arunachal Pradesh as part of India. It raises questions on their sovereignty, on the sovereignty of India over these regions. Second is, on the other hand, China is developing world-class infrastructure, even a railway line from Tibet to these regions. So this clearly shows double talk on part of China. Next, Indian economy to contract by 10.3% this fiscal, says IMF. What I am worried here is India is the economy which is getting worst affected due to COVID-19. 10.3% is the shrinkage of Indian economy. See the weak foundations of it. And once the revival starts, India is expected to have a lead. It can be expected due to low base. This is what we call it as base effect. Second thing, per capita GDP terms, Bangladesh and many of our neighbors are expected to cross us. And the third thing is, the world economy is expected to shrink by 4.4%, but American economy is expected to shrink by 4.5% with a strong revival. The only country whose economy is not shrinking, can you expect this? That is China. And China is expected to grow at 1.9%, and the next year it is going to grow at 8.2%. Remember, the China's base is very high. On that base growing by 8.2%, that is more or less a miracle. India's relative base is low. On that base growing by 8.8% in 2021, that is mostly due to base effect. The next article, eWin network to handle COVID-19 vaccine supply. So developing a vaccine is one thing. Distributing that vaccine and delivering it to the public is another thing. So to take care of tracking, storage and other activities, a network is enabled that is called eWin network by Ministry of Health. Remember this network, eWin network. Next is, our institutions are very patriarchal. You know Soumya Swaminathan, she is chief scientist at WHO. Before that, she was head of Indian Council of Medical Research. She clearly states that Indian institutions are deeply entrenched patriarchal. They do not give an equal sense of participation to women, and their decision making and other abilities are not taken very seriously. If a woman scientist has to get grants for her research, it's very difficult in Indian setup. So, patriarchal notions in Indian institutional setup is a grave problem today. It is not just in the case of research institutions, even political, economical, every institution is more or less patriarchal in India. US aiming to build an Indo-Pacific NATO. You know that China is trying to show Quad as a military alliance. And this brings in necessary legitimacy to China to increase its military power. So, initially China what it said, it is just an headline grabbing attention grabbing exercise. It dismissed Quad. But after foreign ministers meeting in Tokyo, China became very apprehensive and insecure. It is calling it as Indo-Pacific NATO or a Cold War mentality kind of institution, etc. So remember carefully, India shall not get into the crosshairs of US and China. It is not good for its economic growth, development and also peace and stability in this region. So this is Dr. Rambabu signing off for Law Excellence IAS.